Okay, one more example. This is an up-down hyperbola. We'll start as usual by completing the square. So we'll just copy all this down, and that equals 268. I'm going to group my x squared stuff together and my y squared stuff together. Okay, now here I'm going to take out my -9. That makes this a plus 4x. And then I'm going to take out my 4. And then do the completing the square part. 4 over 2 is 2. 2 squared gives me 4. 2 over 2 is 1. 1 squared gives me 1. So we have minus 9x squared plus 4x plus 4 plus 4y squared plus 2y plus 1 equals 68. And then I have to subtract 36 and I have to add 4. And so I put all this together and I get minus 9 here, x plus 2 squared plus 4 y plus 1 squared equals 36. And go ahead and divide by 36 to get the right side equal to 1. And in the same step, I'm going to go ahead and simplify 9 over 36. That's going to give me x plus 2 squared over 4. And then I'm going to do the same thing with 4 and 36 here. Y plus 1 squared over 9 equals 1. Now if I look at this, I have a negative added to a positive, and based on my standard formats, I should really have something minus something. So what I'm going to do is just exchange these. I'm just going to reverse them. So I'm going to have y plus 1 squared over 9 minus x plus 2 squared over 4 equals 1. So this tells me I have y squared subtracting x squared, which verifies that I have the up-down parabola. Let's go ahead with the characteristics then. From y, we're going to have k equals -1. From x, we're going to have h equals -2. We have an a value. Now how do we know that this is a? It's because when y subtracts x, a is the one that goes with y. So a squared actually is 9, so a is 3. B is going to be 2. 2 squared gives me 4. And I have the c value again. This is going to be 9 plus 4. Square root of that is square root of 13. I also need a center point. -2, -1. I need vertices. And if you go through all the motions on that, you get -2, 2, and you also get -2, -4. And then I need foci. Those are going to be at -2 and -1 plus square root of 13, along with -2 and -1 minus square root of 13. And I'll go ahead and put in the approximations so we can graph this. That's going to be -2 and 2.6, along with -2 with -4.6. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these on the graph. So I'm going to have a center point at -2, -1. That's my center. Okay, now my graph box is going to be plus or minus a as the height. Okay, so my a was 3, so the height of the box now is going to be 3 and 3 below. B was 2, so we'll go here and go here. Let's sketch this box, little dotted line here. Now, in order to draw the hyperbola, if you remember from the previous video, we're going to have to put in some diagonals here, which are actually the asymptotes of the hyperbola. And I'm not going to be too super accurate here, but I'm trying to get pretty good here. Well, that's pretty bad actually, but yeah, good enough. All right. So we have an up-down parabola, which means our curve will be here and here. Okay, so let's go ahead and sketch those in. So this is the vertex, and the curve is going to come along the asymptote, touch the vertex, turn around and go back. That's pretty bad. Turn around and go back up the other way. Okay, and then same thing down here, come along the asymptote, hit the vertex, turn around and come back up. Now the last thing remaining is going to be the focus points, foci. And so these are going to be at -2, and I'm going to get 2.6, 1, 2, 2.6 right about there, and then -2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, -4.6. Those would be my focal points right there. And one last thing, just take a look at a computer version of it, and it looks like we're in pretty good shape here.